Let's start with Bruce McArthur. When did he come in? What was your contact?
Well, we figured this out later, of course, but he was here on September the 16th, a Saturday. And we buy many cars. People drive in their old cars to get rid of them. So he came in on this the 16th, came up, showed us his car. One of our salesmen talked to him, looked at the car, come up with a price of $125. We bought the car, and when we do that, the car gets processed through our system, decontaminated, goes up into our yard for parts.
Okay, what kind of car was it?
It was a 2004 Dodge Caravan.
Okay, so
243,000 kilometers, I think, we're on it.
What color?
Deep red, maroon color.
And then when you you took the van in, you bought it, and then what happened after? What's the processing like? Is that when?
Within 3 or 4 days, it's inventoried, and we document VIN numbers and other information. We decontaminate it, get it prepped to go up into the yard. So within 3 or 4 days, that would have happened. The Metro Police came in here on the 3rd of October. They were canvassing yards similar to mine who buy cars like that. And we ran the VIN number to find out if the car was here. And sure enough, it came up in our system. Police were excited. We took the van. They had it taken into Toronto for their forensics labs, I guess. We scoured our DVR footage for the day that the van was bought. They knew who they were looking for because when they saw his face, they knew who it was. They took copies of the surveillance, and we worked with them on and off over the next little while to get them more information for the case.
Okay, and when you found out the connection, and of course the release of the first-degree murder charges last week, what was your reaction?
Wow, yeah, that is pretty crazy for sure, as you can well imagine. But we tied it all together. It made a lot of sense, and the fact that we're able to help out an investigation like this is good. We're happy to do that.
What was he like to deal with?
I didn't deal with them direct. Our salesman Harry here is the one who dealt with them, and according to the guys in the office that day, it was just like any other transaction. He came in, calm, cool, no problem, dropped the car just like anybody else, and walked away.
Anything that was out of sorts in the vehicle at all, according to your staff?
No, nothing out of the ordinary. The police eventually had found trace amounts of blood in the vehicle. Nothing we noticed, nothing out of the ordinary, but they had found some. They wanted some information on which employees might have had contact with the inside of the van. They did take a sample of DNA or blood from one of our employees so that they can discount who was in contact inside. That was kind of part of the process over that little while, within weeks after them coming in, yeah.
Okay, were police, I guess, as you said, they were canvassing different businesses that are recyclers and auto parts businesses that similar, I guess, in this area. So they came 12 days later.
Yes.
Okay, and is that typical that you would still have the vehicle, pretty much intact 12 days after someone drops it off?
Well, the kind of business we do, we buy late model salvage write-offs. We buy older cars like this, and we do use them for parts. So we don't take them right to scrap like some businesses do. They'll go right to a scrap, they get pressed, and they'll disappear. We keep cars around, we keep track of the VINs and documentation, ownerships, that kind of thing. So I would think for the sake of this investigation, it was a good thing because, again, we keep the cars here, we keep track of them. So it was good for the police to end up finding the vehicle here.
Right. And when the police did realize that the vehicle was here and that the suspect who they were looking for was on your videotape, did they give you any insight into what they were looking for?
They just said it was an important case to them, and if we could help them out, they'd be much appreciated. And of course, that was simple.